Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, my voice. Welcome back. Football reviews number 2 here. The Nike Vapor One. Everyone likes this ball. They buy it. It's popular on Amazon. It's popular here in Ontario at the local sports store. You can get it at Sport Check if you want. You can get it at God knows how many other places. It's very popular. I don't like it. I don't like the ball. We'll get into that. But first, let's talk about the specs. The Vapor One is Nike's flagship mass-produced ball. Important distinction there. Nike makes a few balls. They make the Vapor One. They make the Nike Championship ball, the tournament ball, which is, I think, a lot nicer than this, although it still has some flaws. I don't have that one. I might buy it. If this channel takes off and you guys want to see the review of that ball, I'll go pick one up. But that aside, this is the one they make that's mass-produced. The Vapor Elite is the sort of top-end ball that the colleges in the States use. And the Championship ball is another mass-produced ball that's a little more expensive and a little higher quality. This one is marketed as leather, but you tell me, does this look like leather to you? It's some kind of composite material, I think, or at least a blend. You'll remember in the GST Prime video, I could make this sort of squeak sound with the ball, running my fingers through it or against them. But this one, the leather doesn't quite do that. So it's some kind of leather mix. I would guess rubber. And features a few sort of nice, tacky rubber stripes. So the white striping is actually rubber, not leather. And it also has some of the thickest, most tactile, easy to feel stitching overlaid on those rubber stripes. Aesthetically, this is a really nice ball. I'll also note that the laces are about the same size as the GST. My guess is 5 inches plus a little bit. And the gap between the laces and the stitching plus the rubber overlay is about the same on both sides. It's just a little shy of an inch. Has these big Nike check marks on either side, the gold and black classic. And also has this stupid barcode thing that everyone talks about online. I don't understand why they did that. It makes the ball look cheap, feel cheap, all that stuff. Let's talk about the things I like about this ball. I like the way the laces feel, although they are rubber or plastic, maybe also some kind of synthetic. They have really nice grip, honestly. I like these a lot. I know I said with the Wilson ACL laces, those are good laces as well. And I think that still, is the case. Those are more premium in terms of feel, but in terms of grip, these are really nice too. I think these are actually called Sharkback. So you'll see in the close-up that these are just ridged plastic. They might be rubber laces. I don't think they're leather. God, I really don't think they're leather, but I could be wrong about that. And they do offer some nice grip. They're very sticky, though they don't come up quite as high. They're also very wide. So you can see here the lace imprint, the footprint of the laces is rather wide on the ball. Some people will like that. Some people won't. I personally don't love it. The other thing I'll say about this ball is it's very bulbous. There'll be a close-up video of this ball compared with the GST Prime and the GST, the latter of which I have to review still for you guys. This is a lot bigger a ball in your hand. I'll also note that I tried to capture a slow motion video. Maybe you can see it even in the regular speed here. There is something in the ball, the way the ball is weighted, or the way the ball has its weight distributed, that is causing this to be a weird spiral. It is a sort of, there's a name for that, like a gyroscopic spiral almost. It doesn't seem to want to just catch a straight spiral, like those pretty balls you see the guys on Saturdays and Sundays throwing. I don't know what that is. There's probably some kind of tech in there that Nike would say helps with spiral, helps with velocity, helps with carry, but it's weird to throw. And I got to tell you, I haven't thrown this ball a ton. I've only thrown it inside because I'm going to return it. Actually, that's how much I don't like it. I got it on Amazon. But I actually don't like it at all. It's very difficult to throw. I'm also concerned that brushing this ball because of the material won't actually break the ball in, which kind of sucks. You want to be able to break a ball in before you throw it. And leather balls, though they do come out of the box a lot tougher than this one, you can brush them for an hour, maybe less than that even, and they're doable in a game. Your receivers might complain, but they won't complain if they're catching the ball. But this one I don't think would do that. I'll also note that the striping on these, the rubber striping, is rather high. So Nike makes two versions of this ball. They made a 2.0 version that allegedly has the stripes coming down onto the leather so that the brown leather, or whatever this material is sort of laid on top of the stripe. I think that would help a lot. One of my beefs with the GST and even the GST Primes is that sometimes that leather stripe, although it is grippy, makes it feel like the ball's a little bigger in your hand. This one suffers from that in a major way. So if you're a quarterback with smaller hands, or you just want to throw off lace sometime, the stripe's not really going to help, honestly. There's not a lot of grip coming from the stripe because it's rubber. And I bet that in wet conditions, this is actually worse in terms of grip than it would be in dry conditions. That's not the case with the GST. I've thrown the GST in wet conditions, and the difference is really negligible, if any. I think the leather will also suffer from that. In terms of fit and finish, I have a couple of complaints. I mentioned the barcode. These Nike check marks are, I don't want to say damaged, but they're also not, they don't look new. And this could be just a symptom of Amazon's shipping process, or maybe somebody returned this ball. The box is a little dinged up, but not any more than you would see on a department store shelf, to be honest with you. The laces are not dirty either, which tells me it hasn't really been thrown anywhere. It's just a finish issue. And there's, sort of loose stitching here you can sort of see, as well as just sort of broad issues with markings on the leather and stuff like that, or markings on the leather material. Overall, I would say this ball is a pass. The other beef that I have with it, and you'll notice this in the video of the stitching, although the stitching is really, really wide and really, really broad, it doesn't offer much in terms of grip. It's sort of cheaply laid in, I think. And, I understand this is a mass-produced ball and that the Vapor Elite has the same sort of SRS stitching or overlay or whatever without the extra material on the stripe. But I suspect that when I get the Vapor Elite next week or the week after, whenever it ships from Big Game, the stitching will feel more premium. And even the GST, which is Wilson's sort of most popular ball, although still hand manufactured, the stitching feels a lot better. And, it's disappointing because this ball is the ball a lot of people are going to buy first. And I think in my other video, I actually recommended that this is the ball you pick up before you pick up another one. And I wanted to give it another shot because I just thought, now that you've been playing quarterback for a bit, maybe you're used to some of these features and you don't mind the little bit bigger ball. I definitely mind the bigger ball. I definitely mind that the dive from the laces to the tip is not very steep. And I definitely mind that the ball at its midpoint is rather round. It's pretty robust. It's rotund. It looks like if you saw this ball on the first day of school, you would say that they had a healthy summer. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you want to throw a ball like this. It feels a lot like a CFL ball compared to the collegiate ball that this is supposed to be. So I think that's where I'll leave it. Drop me a question, comment, whatever in the chat and or in the comment section. I'll answer your questions for you. Like I said, I'm going to return this ball, so I'm not going to have it handy, but I have enough pictures and videos here that I used for making this video that I can go back to, or you can go back to. And if you have anything to say, let me know. And if not, I'll see you in the next video. Happy throwing.